Hey, it's Chaz here from theorygames.com and it is update day today on Evony. Now, straight off the bat, I'll be honest with you, it's a little bit of a boring update, nothing super exciting going on, same old events and things like that. However, there is two new generals which are interesting, let's just say. The first one is Francis Drake, who is a siege general, and the second one is Caterina Sforza, who is a bunker duty general. Now, if we head on over to the tavern, let's go take a little look into what these stats are. So the first one being the siege one, which is Francis Drake. Pretty standard stuff. Nothing super exciting going on here. No like debuffs, no march size increase, and things like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's some nice siege buffs, as you would expect from the new generals. They always tend to be a bit more powerful, but nothing super exciting going on with the extensions. Let's take a look at specialties. Again, seems to be pretty standard. Obviously that fourth specialty, very nice, that 55%, 40%, at 40%, which is always very welcome. However, the interesting thing with this general is actually within the Covenant. Now, if you take a look at that fourth one, the Faith Covenant, you will see that there is a global reinforcing siege machine HP plus 5%. This is going to be very interesting because obviously you want to always get the most buffs that you can, right? Especially these global ones, but reinforcing siege machine HP is always going to come in handy. Now, the way that I recommend you use this general is probably going to be as an assistant. Could be as an assistant on your siege march, or even could be as an assistant for your wall defense general. Now, you will see on the sixth covenant, the civilization covenant, there is again an increase to the reinforcing siege machine's attack this time rather than HP, although it is local. And there we also see a march size capacity plus 10%, which is always welcome. However, I believe this is probably not going to be a primary general. It's probably better to use him as an assistant. Um, but with that global reinforcing siege machine HP, I recommend if you can to get him and to get that fourth covenant unlocked, because who doesn't like those buffs? Now, moving on to our next general, Caterina Sforza. It's a bunker duty general. So as you can see, we have a little look at her special skills and ascension. Lots of buffs going on for all your troop types, and there's even a bit of debuffs going on. There's some things like bunker protecting capacity plus 100% on that first ascension. Now, let's be honest, if you're going to be coining to get this general, you're probably not going to be using your bunker, so that's a bit of a useless buff. However, what is quite nice is that third one. We're going to see some enemy siege machine attack minus 40% and some enemy mounted troop attack minus 40%. And if you look at the fifth star, this is the one that I'm really excited about, especially given its challenge finals weekend this week. We have rally capacity plus 6%. Now, people are always trying to increase the rally capacity, and here we have another 6% buff unlocked for you big coiners. So keep an eye out for that one if that's something that you are going to be interested in. Now, because she is a duty general, we can neglect the first two specialties. Let's have a look at the third one. So, bunker protecting capacity, useless, and all troop HP plus 10%. That's quite nice. And the fourth one, plus 15% to all troops stats for attack, HP, and defense. So, really well rounded general, super duper nice. There's no covenant unlocked in this general. But those are some pretty nice stats, especially that rally capacity. Now, how do you get this general? I hear you asking. Well, let's take a look. It's very much a coiner only general. So she can be found in cake level 10, which for those that don't know is about $2,000 ish. So yeah, very, very expensive and will be very expensive to max out, but pretty solid general. Now, in terms of what else is going on, let's take a little look. So there was some changes to the general swaps. So Zanglian swapped for Niwa Nagahide. Justinian is swapped for Sargon. Obviously, head on over to the Council of State for that. There's some news of some new packs and things like that being released, although they're not really that great from what I can tell. But yeah, a bit of a small event, nothing super exciting going on. Kind of to be expected though after what we've had recently. We had the new wall defense general, We had a new civilization set. So we've had a lot going on, especially with the quarterly event as well. It's a shame though. I thought Evony would have thrown us a bone, had something a little bit of interest going on, but doesn't really look like it's happening with this event. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much the update for today. For those of you who are playing in challenge tomorrow and on Sunday, good luck. Theria's team TGT, we will be playing in C5 semi-finals tomorrow, so wish us luck. And yeah, thanks for watching everybody, and I'll see you on the battlefield.